Hey everyone, before we get started with this week's video, I wanted to introduce you all to something that I've been hinting at for quite some time. This is a new mod that I have created. I call it Sentinels Community Customs. It features not all but almost all of the decks that have appeared in my videos that do not have their own tabletop simulator mod. So we've got things here from B. Sessio, we have Chase JYD's Rockstar, King of Souls, Rutz Lazetsky, P. Watson, and of course all of the Yoshis, Team 2 Solo villain conversions. The bags are all color-coded, so blue is heroes, red is villains, green is environments, and yellow is promos for canon heroes, and also some of them are for Cauldron heroes too. I've made sure that all of the decks are linked rather than being, local to my machine, so they should be accessible for everybody. I have labeled everything, and everything is sorted by creator. Now, of course, I haven't asked any permissions. A lot of these are very old. Some of them are actually fairly new, so I want to make it very clear if anyone doesn't want their material on this mod, please let me know and I will take it down immediately. That being said, today's villain and environment and even one of the heroes are all available on this mod, so you'll be hearing a lot more from it in the future. There will be a link to it in the video description. Go ahead and check that out. And without any further ado, let's get to today's game. Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody. Today I am rectifying an old mistake. We're looking at a villain created by a new creator. It is the Knockout Gang and Knockout, created by Jacob Busby, who I am pretty sure I promised I would show this off like 3 or 4 years ago and just never did that. And yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at this today. Jacob does not have his own tabletop simulator mod, so this is on Sentinels Community Classics mod that I just talked about. It is actually Jacob Busby's suggestion that I make a mod for his stuff, and so this is the first one that's going to be on it. You have him to thank for that. Let's take and read the blurb for who exactly Knockout is. Knockout was a prize fighter who took a dive for the organization. When he went to claim his bribe, he discovered that the heroes had captured Chairman Pike and the organization was in ruins. Angered, he took control of the organization from the shadows. His plan was to see how the heroes responded to various scenarios and learn their weaknesses before stepping out from the shadows to engage the heroes directly. So, we've got a boxer who's leading a gang of crooks in some rackets. This is a rough fight, let me tell you. But fighting against Knockout, we have Skyscraper Extremist, Doc Havoc 2199, Tachyon Virtuosa of Velocity, and returning, surprisingly, is Green Arrow. So when I was going through the decks that I have saved on my hard drive that I've been using for these videos, I realized that I still had Green Arrow, despite the fact that I had some misgivings about the deck the first time I played it. Going back into the thread, it turns out that a whole bunch of the cards have been updated since that first version of the deck, and I just never grabbed the right card images, so I've gone through, redone the deck. It does still have some issues, but we're going to give it another try and see if he does any better, and we'll be fighting in the Players Club because that's pretty fitting. Knockout Gang, Shadow Boxing, set up, put the black eye into play. Here's the black eye. This card is indestructible. It represents the gang's knowledge of each hero's weaknesses. Whenever a hero is instructed to add a card to the black eye, they must put the bottom card of their deck face down beneath this card. If a hero cannot add a card to the black eye, they are immediately incapacitated. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is put them on top of it. At the start of the villain turn, each hero may independently deal themselves 3 psychic damage to move one of their hero cards from beneath black eye to the top of their trash. And I believe the downside comes mostly when this flips. Then we put H-1 rackets into play in a line from left to right. So, we're going to search for some rackets. We got Smuggling, we've got Fight Club, and we've got Protection. I'll read those in a minute. So, at the start of the villain turn, the heroes gain a clue. If there are no rackets or no crooks in play, the heroes gain another clue, but must play the top card of the villain deck. Then if the heroes have H times 2 clues, flip this card. After a racket enters play, put it leftmost in the line, then reveal cards from the villain deck until you reveal a crook, put that into play, and trash the rest. When a crook enters play from the villain deck, put it below the leftmost racket with the least crooks below it. Reassign unassigned crooks in the same way. Rackets are active if they have crooks below them. If a racket is deactivated, place it to the rightmost point in the line. So, Smuggling says when this card enters play, destroy H-2 equipment cards. If it's active, first time each turn a hero plays a limited card, they must add 2 cards to the black eye. That's bad. Fight Club. When this card enters play, each crook deals the hero target with the highest HP 1 melee damage. Good thing we don't have to worry about that. Active, increase all damage dealt by villain targets by 1. Reduce damage dealt to villain targets by 1. Oh, that's bad. We need to sort that out. Shit. And Protection. When this card enters play, each villain target regains 2 HP. If it's active, increase damage dealt to hero targets by the environment by 1. Decrease all damage dealt to villains by the environment by 1. So, we're already off to a bad start here. I don't see any ongoing destruction. But, well, here we go. So the start of the turn, we get a clue, and then we get another clue because there are no crooks in play, but then we get an extra card play. It's kidnapping. So that shoves everything down 1. This card enters play, destroy the non-character hero target with the lowest HP. Thankfully, we have none. When an environment target enters play, H-2 heroes must add a card to the black eye. This one's not that bad, all things considered. And then we play another card for the regular play. It's Scarlet Gill, so he's a crook. He comes into play next to the leftmost racket, so kidnapping is active. Just kidnapping. None of the rest of them have any effects right now. When a hero deals this card damage, reduce it by 1 if that hero has 2 or more ongoing cards in play. Whenever a hero plays an ongoing card, they must add a card to the black eye. End of the villain turn, the hero with the most ongoing cards in play deals themselves 2 psychic damage, so we'll go ahead and have Green Arrow hit himself for 2. And that's it. That's actually a pretty light start compared to the game that I played. Oh no, actually, hang on. He came into play because the kidnapping came into play. So now I play a card. Fraud, it's yet another racket. So when this card enters play, the hero must destroy H-2 ongoing cards. If it's active, at the end of the villain turn, the hero with the most cards in their hand must discard 2 cards to the black eye. And that's a discard 2 cards to the black eye, not add. Then the hero with the fewest cards in their hand deals each other hero target 1 psychic damage. So we get another crook. It's Lloyd Paquet. And he just hits each hero for 2 projectile damage at the end of the villain turn. So, okay. End of the villain turn, the hero with the most cards in their hand must discard 2 cards to the black eye, and then they're going to be hitting everybody else for 1. So that's going to be Tachyon. Then everybody take 3. Oh wait, this isn't active. What am I saying? This doesn't do anything. Everybody take 2. Duh. And then the hero with the most ongoing cards in play deals themselves 2 psychic damage. That will be Green Arrow. Okay. We will start with Thorathian Monolith, because fuck everything. She adds a card to the black eye. And then she will destroy no environment cards and hit everything for 2. Draw a card. Doc Havoc's going to play Doc's Flask. And I think we'll go ahead and just heal everybody. I think healing 1 is not bad. Draw a card. Tachyon's going to play Pushing the Limits, which means she has to add a card to the black eye. And we'll use her Power, Rapid Recon, reveal the top 3 cards of the deck, return them to the top of the deck in any order. So we've got Crime Wave, we've got Numbers, and we've got Lisa Morales. Okay, we don't want the Crime Wave. If there's a way to get rid of it, we need to. We also don't want Lisa Morales, so we're going to put Crime Wave on the bottom, put Numbers on top. And she draws 2 cards. Green Arrow will start with Black Canary. It's Team Up. When this card comes into play, destroy all the Team Up cards. And if your turn, this card deals all non-hero targets 1 sonic damage. His power, still modern day Robin Hood, draw or play a card. I'm going to draw 2 because he has nothing good to play, and then we hit both of these for 1. That was a fairly underwhelming first round. So, reminder about the Players Club. Non-target environment cards destroy themselves at the start of the environment turn. And each time an environment card enters play, players must guess whether it has a black or red chip. If they're right, the jackpot text is active. If they're wrong, the bust text is active. So, I have basically a 50-50 shot here. I'm going to say that it is red. It is in fact black. So, this card does not self-destruct. At the start of each turn, increase all damage by 1. The player may skip their turn to prevent a damage increase. Destroy this card when each player has skipped their turn at least once. Well, that's not good. If we can get rid of that, we absolutely should. Okay, start of the villain turn, increase all damage by 1. We get a clue. I don't think any of these do anything at the start. That wasn't an environment target, so it doesn't matter. Numbers comes into play, and he goes next to Smuggling. So the first time each turn a hero plays a limited card, add 2 cards to the black eye. If this card is destroyed by a hero, that player discards H cards from their hand. At the end of the villain turn, each hero adds a card to the black eye. So, somebody has to discard 2, well, that has to be Green Arrow, and then either he or Tachyon deals no damage to everybody. Let's not forget we have Thorathian Monolith. Everybody takes 3 because of the +1 from the environment, so Skyscraper takes 4. Here with the most ongoing cards in play deals themselves 2 psychic damage, so Skyscraper takes 1. And everybody add a card to the black eye. Okay, increase all damage dealt by 2. Let's go ahead and catch a ride. Yeah, 4 and 4 will take out Lloyd. And that is deactivated, so it goes all the way down to the end. So no longer have to worry about things at the end of the villain turn. Power, well, she'll hit Scarlet for 3, and switch back to normal, and draw a card. Increase all damage all by 1. Somebody heals 1, that will be Tachyon. Play Improvised Mine, and discard the other one. And then, yeah, we'll just heal everybody again. That's good stuff. Draw a card. Increase all damage dealt by 1. I'm really counting on Tachyon getting some ongoing destruction here, which might not be a good idea. We'll let Pushing Limits go so she doesn't hit herself for 6. Everybody draw a card. Oh yeah, that paid off. Blinding Speed, get rid of that nonsense. And then let's look at the villain deck again. Okay, there's another crook, so we can keep Crime Wave at bay. Draw a card. Let's do a Buzzsaw Arrow. Destroy an ongoing card or an environment card. Which of these is the worst? Let's get rid of Fight Club, so we don't have to deal with it. And then with his power, we'll play Perspective Change, draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards, and draw a card. And then Black Canary takes out Gil, deactivating the kidnapping, and hits numbers for 1. So now all we have to worry about is playing limited cards. Cool. Alright, the last one was black, so we're going to say red again. It's red. All players may place the top card from their trash into their hand now. Sounds good to me. Yeah, Fleet of Foot is definitely worth it, because we'll get that back right quick. No pun intended. Alright, still crook in place, so we only get 1 clue. Knockout plays Tommy Two Strings. Whenever a hero shuffles their deck, that hero must add a card to the black eye. At the end of the villain turn, the hero with the most cards in their trash must shuffle their trash into their deck. And now we have to worry about protection. Increase damage dealt to hero targets by the environment by 1. Decrease damage dealt to villains by the environment by 1. So we'll put this over here. Okay, everybody add a card to the black eye. Might actually be able to start taking them out. Who's got the most cards in their trash? No, it's actually Green Arrow. And he has to add a card to the black eye. Alright, let's do Thorathian Monolith again. She gets big, and then she gets small because we destroy cashing in, hit everything for 2. Draw a card. I will heal Skyscraper. Field Dressing, healer again. Phosphor Blast. Takes out numbers, and he discards his hand, which means Smuggling is now deactivated. I think I'll use his power to just take out Tommy, and now we will get extra clues at the start of the villain turn. Draw a card. Everybody draw 2 cards. How long have I been playing this, and I've only just realized that if you hover over the color that somebody's deck is, hit the number of cards you want to draw, and wait a second, you will get that. Just like what I do with, the deck that is in quote-unquote my play area. Jeez. Let's see, play HUD Goggles. And I'll play Research Grant, and we're going to look at the villain deck and be smart about this because I can use Improvised Mind. Since we've got a Racket, we've got Crime Wave, and we've got Lisa Morales. I'm going to put Crime Wave on top, and we're going to discard it with the Improvised Mind. Draw a card. Buzzsaw Arrow again, and let's get rid of one of these. Oh yeah, Protection goes to the end, because it's deactivated. These are all deactivated. Let's get rid of Fraud. And then let's see with his power. Let's play Point Blank, increased all damage he deals by 1. Draw a card, and Black Canary has nothing to hit. Okay, that one was red, so we'll say black. Neither. Dealer. This card has play, shuffle the environment trash into its deck. Sure. And in the environment turn, play the top card of the environment deck. Okie dokie. Red. Black. Damn. Players Club, baby. Reveal cards from the environment deck until the location is revealed. Put it into play without a luck push. Shuffle the revealed cards back into the deck. I'll say black for this one, too. Ah, I'm correct. This card enters play. A player may discard X cards to return an incapacitated hero to play with X HP and 4 cards. Well, don't have any, but thanks. Those will go away at the start of the environment turn. Okay, we get 2 clues and an extra card play, except we will have the Improvised Mind go off, prevent the card from entering play, and Doc Havoc will deal this guy 2 fire damage. And then they play Lisa Morales. This card is immune to damage while there is another crook in play. At the end of the villain turn, put the villain target at the bottom of the trash in play. So, I know there's going to be one in here somewhere. Ah, it's Lloyd Paquet. So, let's see. Kidnapping is active, as is Smuggling. Gotta watch out for those limited cards. Oh, right, and I wanted everybody to hit themselves for 3, by which I mean hit Skyscraper for 1, to discard a card from under the black eyes. So she's actually going to take 5, because Green Arrow is dealing 1 extra. But hey, now we're down to 11 cards under the black eye. Alright, everybody take 2 projectile damage. Skyscraper soaks all of it. Fantastic. I want emergency evac. Get rid of all these. Get rid of protection since it's deactivated. And how about Smuggling? And everybody heal 1. And with her power, we'll give a micro-assembler to Green Arrow, play the bottom card of her deck. Neutralizing Resonator. Oh, cool. That's actually really good. Discards a Burglary, which is a Racket. Draw a card. Alright, start of his turn, we'll heal Skyscraper. Syringe Darts, because I'm going to hit Lloyd for 2. Draw a card. Alright, let's do Pushing the Limits and a Nimble Strike. Pop Lloyd for 1, draw a card. And then, we'll play that Synaptic Interruption. Look at the top 3 cards of the villain deck. Arson. That might not be too bad. That's just going to be some damage. This one's worse, so we'll leave that on top and draw 2 cards. Let's do Gritty Intensity. Increase damage dealt by Green Arrow by 1. Wow. Whenever exactly 1 damage will be dealt to him, prevent that damage. With his power, I will play Impact Arrow. Green Arrow deals a target 4 projectile damage. Targets dealt damage this way cannot deal damage until the start of your next turn. So we'll go ahead and hit Lloyd with that and shut down his damage dealing. Draw a card. And, Canary hits him for 1. Okay, we had 2 black cards. Let's go red. Nope. VIP Lounge. Reduce all damage dealt by 1 plus X, where X is the chip value of a gamble card in play. Well, there aren't any, so all damage is reduced by 1. Cool. We get a clue. 1 more, and we will get him to flip. So, Arson, the villain target with the highest HP, which is actually Lisa, deals the hero character target with the most cards in play, X fire damage, where X is the number of crooks in play. So that's 2, reduced to 1, going to, actually, Tachyon. And that's basically it. Well, she puts another crook into play from the bottom of the trash, and he enters play, so now they're all next to that Racket. It's Scarlet Gill. Lloyd can't deal damage. Hero with the most ongoing cards in play deals themselves 2 psychic damage, reduced to 1. And that will be Tachyon again because Green Arrow would hit himself for 3. Let's catch a ride. We'll have Green Arrow deal 2, 4, 3 damage to Lloyd, and she hits it for 2 irreducible. And then we'll hit him for 1 more irreducible. Oh yeah, start of her turn, let's destroy Kidnapping. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that, because if I do that, there's going to be an extra card play at the start of the turn. Let's leave Kidnapping in play, so that I can then destroy the Neutralizing Resonator and keep her small. Alright, Doc Havoc will heal Tachyon. Let's do Unstable Serum, heal Skyscraper. Syringe Darts will take out actually both Scarlet and Lloyd, because that's only 1 damage each. Draw a card, and then we will destroy Unstable Serum to get rid of the VIP Lounge. Alright, we will let Pushing the Limits go. And Tachyon will play Sonic Vortex to take out Lisa Morales. I mean, that will give us an extra card play, but I don't want her to be in play anymore. Let's take a look at the villain deck. We're going to be playing 2 of these. Okay, they're all targets. We don't want the back alley brawlers. So we'll keep the other 2 on top and draw a card. Perspective change. Draw 3, discard 2. Actually, I don't remember if he has any equipment. He doesn't. Oh, well, microassembler is not useful then. Well, whatever. He's got nothing to play with his power. I guess we'll just draw 2, and no damage is dealt. Okay, that one was black, so we're going to say red. Back room. It is black. This card deals the hero target with the lowest HP 2 melee damage. That is Tachyon. Alright, so we gain our 8th clue. There are no crooks in play, so we get another clue and a card play. And it is Juan Sambora. Whenever a hero draws their 2nd card in a turn, they must add a card to the black eye. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero with the most cards in play 2 melee damage. But then there's 8 cards, so we flip. So I don't know if you noticed this, but Knockout has his own separate deck over here. So it says when this card flips, first of all, we set his HP to 50, and take this away. Reveal cards from Knockout's deck until you reveal a style, put it into play, shuffle the other cards back into the deck. After a racket enters play, that's all the same, and at the end of the villain turn, play the top card of Knockout's deck. So he starts with a style, which notably makes him conflict with Mr. Fixer, which is kind of interesting. He gets Queensberry. Whenever a style enters play, the hero with the highest HP must add a card to the black eye, then destroy all the style cards in play. Damage dealt by Knockout is irreducible. Play the top card of Knockout's deck. So I guess that's happening right now. Crunching Blow. Knockout deals the hero with the most equipment cards in play H melee damage. I think that's Doc Havoc. Yeah. That hero must destroy one of their equipment cards. Now if that hero has 5 or more cards beneath the black eye, they must destroy another of their equipment cards. So this is where black eye becomes an issue. So we'll destroy Syringe Darts. I don't think he has 5 cards. Yeah, no, nobody has 5 cards beneath the black eye. So we're going to have his trash be over here, I guess. Alright, so now we play a card off the regular deck. Patrick Foynavon. Whenever a player uses a power on an equipment card, they must add a card to the black eye. And at the villain turn, if this card has H HP or fewer, it destroys a piece of equipment belonging to the hero with the most equipment in play. And at the villain turn, Knockout plays a card. It's another style. Hero with the highest HP must add a card to the black eye. Oh, okay. And that is Green Arrow. And then we destroy that, so he actually doesn't play it. Hero with the most cards in play takes 2 melee damage. That'll be Green Arrow. And he doesn't do anything. Okay. Time to go apeshit. Colossal Left Hook. Whack. Knockout for 3. I will discard a card and play Tectonic Chokeslam. Green Arrow soaks it. And then, yeah, we'll destroy the back room and hit everybody for 2. I think it's worth it, because that's 10 damage right off the bat to Knockout and 3 to each of his goons. Draw a card. Alright, start of his turn, we will heal Tachyon. I'm going to do Rapid Regen, because this is going to cost me a bit. Heal everybody. He has to power on an equipment card, so he has to add a card to the black eye. Draw a card. Okay, Tachyon will Accelerated Assault. And then I guess I'll go ahead and Lightspeed Barrage, hit Knockout for 5. I'm going to keep looking at the Knockout Gang's deck. Those are all bad. Those are all really bad. I really don't want Crime Wave though. Draw a card. Motorcycle Ride. Each player may draw a card, you may play a card. So he's going to take 2 damage from Juan this turn. Let's do Impact Arrow again. 4 damage to Knockout. He cannot deal damage. Power. Acid Arrow. Green Arrow deals up to 3 targets, 3 toxic damage each. Take out 1. Patrick's going to destroy our stuff, but whatever. Draw a card. Okay, these have all been black. I'm guessing red. Doesn't matter. It's the bartender. H-2 heroes must add a card to the black eye. Tachyon will do it, and Skyscraper hasn't done it in a while. It's mostly been Doc Havoc and Green Arrow. All this cards in play reduce damage dealt to all friends of ours cards by 1. Okay. Alright, Knockout Gang plays Back Alley Brawlers. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 1. The first time each turn a hero adds a card to the black eye, this card deals that hero 2 melee damage. That's why these guys are bad news. Also, they have a lot of HP. End of turn, Knockout plays a card. Under the belt, Knockout deals each hero 1 melee damage. Knockout deals the hero with the most cards beneath the black eye 3 energy damage. Play the top card of the villain deck. Okay, so everybody's taking 1 irreducible melee damage. Green Arrow soaks it. So who's got the most cards beneath the black eye? Oh wait, except he can't deal damage. I forgot about that. So it doesn't matter who's got the most cards. Play the top card of the villain deck. Mr. Brightside, he's bad news. Okay, this card has H HP or fewer, destroys an equipment card belonging to the hero with the most equipment in play. She's got 1, he's got 1. We'll destroy the micro-assembler. Back alley brawlers at the end of the villain turn. This card deals 2 targets with the most HP, 2 melee damage each. That is Green Arrow and Skyscraper. And then Mr. Brightside deals the hero, not the hero target, with the lowest HP, H-2 toxic and H-2 melee damage. And that is Tachyon. Oof. Let us embiggen. Colossal left hook, whack, knockout for 3. And then I will discard a card and play Thorathian Monolith. And then we will destroy the bartender and throw him at knockout. Draw a card. Start of Doc Havoc's turn. I'm actually going to heal Skyscraper because she's the one who's going to be taking damage. Cauterize time. He's going to motivate and destroy Patrick because we don't need him. He's bad news. Draw a card. Quick Insight. And then, yeah, Sonic Vortex. Hit everybody for 3. And we'll keep looking at the Knockout Gang's deck. There's another Crime Wave. So, okay. No good choices here. Draw a card. Knockout can deal damage again. Of course, his damage is irreducible. Skyscraper is going to suffer large. Let's flash forward. You may draw a card. You may look at the bottom card of your deck. Ooh, that could be good. Move the bottom card of your deck to the top of your deck. I think I will do that. You may play a card. I'm going to play a countdown arrow on Mr. Brightside. Place this card next to a non-hero target. At the start of the next villain turn, Green Arrow deals that target 3 irreducible fire damage. And with this power, let's do this through the boxing glove arrow. Deal the target 5 melee damage. Draw a card, and Black Canary deals a little bit of damage. Neato. Okay, can it be a red card now, please? No! Raising the stakes. This card does not self-destruct. Oh yeah, increase all damage dealt by 1 at the start of each turn. Right. So, start of turn, countdown arrow goes off, and then we increase the damage. Oh boy, I feel sorry for Skyscraper. I'm going to have everyone except Green Arrow hit Skyscraper for 1, or 2 actually. Oof. To get rid of some cards. Okay, the long con. When this card enters play, each hero skips their next power phase. So this comes into play all the way at the left, and we discard the other 2 bad cards, looking for a crook. We get Rodriguez. Oh no, not him. Whenever a villain target is destroyed, including this card, the hero that destroyed it must destroy 1 ongoing and 1 equipment card in their play area, and add a card to the black eye. Alright, Knockout plays a card. Uppercut deals the hero with the most ongoing cards in play H melee damage. That hero must destroy another ongoing card. And if that hero has 5 or more cards beneath the black eye, they must destroy another of their ongoing cards. So the most ongoing cards in play is unfortunately not Tachyon. Yeah, that's unfortunately Green Arrow. So that gets redirected. 5 damage to Tachyon. Green Arrow has 5 cards, so he has to destroy 2 of his ongoing cards. We'll take out Point Blank and Black Canary. So he's down to only dealing +1 damage. Alright, the first time each turn a hero suffers damage, they must also add a card to the black eye. So, okay, Skyscraper has to do that. It's 2 hero targets the most HP for 3 melee damage. Oh yeah, that was increased by 1. So she takes 2 more. And this hits the lowest for 3 and 3, so she takes 2 more. Oof! Thorathian Monolith goes away. Increased damage dealt by 1. I wish I had some links out, because I could do a lot of damage. Well, linking incursion. Oh good. Neutralizing Resonator. Got rid of a crook. And we'll throw a Compulsion Canister on Knockout. Hits himself for 4. It hits the Back Alley Brawlers for 4. And then Power will hit... Let's hit Knockout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go back to normal. And draw a card. Alright, start of his turn, we'll heal Skyscraper. Increased damage dealt by 1. Phosphor Blast. 4 damage to Knockout. We win. Okay. Well, I had a great deal of difficulty with this deck in my test game. This game was easier because I had intense deck manipulation thanks to Tachyon, which I will mention I rolled that variant randomly, so that worked out in my favor. So yeah, Knockout is not a deck to be faced lightly. You need a lot of ongoing destruction, a lot of ability to deal with multiple cards. Crime Wave is his worst card, which is why I was constantly burying it. But fighting Knockout himself is pretty fun. I do love the mechanics of how his deck works. So Green Arrow, I might actually keep him around. This deck does still have some issues. There's some weirdness to it. There's a lot of one-off cards. But it is improved. It is improved since the last time I played it. So it's good to see that, you know, things can get better sometimes. So, that's all for this one. You can find Knockout, Green Arrow, and the Players Club on my Sentinels Community Customs mod. Actually, I think you might be able to find Tachyon Virtuosa Velocity there too. I don't remember who made it, but if it's one of those makers, she's there. As always, thank you for watching Tabletop Simulator, the Sentinels called DLC. Sentinels Community Classics mod are not less great games products. Please support the official release and flip.